Oh, snap. Check out the countdown. Oh, snap. That means ropes is going down. Let's get it. Tiffany Nieves. Let's mark these off for her. Wreckage in Great Lakes Championship Wrestling. A. Marked off. Wreckage in Impact Wrestling and AEW. Marked off. And, of course, last but not least, her home promotion, OVW. Wreckage marked off. She's live on Off the Top Rope this Wednesday night live at 6 p.m. to talk it up with your boy, Ty Asbury. Because there's no doubt Tiffany Nieves, she has Wreckage on her mind. Check.
The Ropes Media. Tyrod Asbury. Yeah. Tyrod Asbury. Yeah. Every chance you get to hear us, you clip us. Let the time on the ready.
What is up, everybody? It's Wednesday night. You know what's going down, of course. I'm your boy, Ty Asbury. I'm going to say this, of course. When you got some Wreckage in wrestling, talking about today in wrestling 2023, you know who's putting down all the wreckage, of course. Ohio Valley Wrestling's ultimate superstar. We're talking about Tiffany Nieves. She is on the ropes right now, live as live can be. Tiffany, what is up and how you doing?
Oh, what an intro for La Princesa. Thank you. You know, it's almost as if the universe was trying everything not to make this happen. So I am so glad. I think we've been talking about doing this for a month now. So your patience and anyone tuning in or getting to catch in later, thank you so much. I'm so happy we're finally doing this. Let's get started.
Yeah, when Tiffany, when you're on the ropes, like you definitely bound to have a great time. But first and foremost,
yeah,
I thank you for being patient. And I know you being a pro wrestler, I know it sounds good for you to hear that you are a pro wrestler. You guys, I can't say it enough. I stress about what you guys do, traveling, training, getting ready for opponents, podcasts, people just like fans, all together what you do. It has to be a lot. Especially for you because, girl, you on the rise. So I know you're like, you got so much going on. So like,
oh, thank you so much.
Like, dude, when have you like really got that taste of like, God damn, God's good. I'm on the rise. Like when like every day does it get like a different vibe from you?
You know what? Honestly, I had a moment recently. So my dad, like you said, we're always on the go. So I have not been able. I've missed birthdays. I've missed 50th birthdays. I've missed baby showers. I've missed weddings. I've missed gatherings. So my father finally took it upon himself. It's been 8 months since I've last seen him. To come visit me out here in Louisville, and he saw an Ohio Valley OVW show. He saw one live, and that was freaking awesome. And it was that moment where I was just so grateful. I was like, wow, my dad gets to see what I do. Every week, every Thursday, we perform live at the Davis Arena, and you get to see it if you tune in, if you're local. And my dad got to see it in person, and that was nice. You know, it makes the 8 months of us not seeing each other so much more worth it when he sees the progress, because my dad was there for my debut match. So it was really nice. And on top of that, I got to present him this amazing magazine that I just, I had the opportunity of a lifetime to have a spread in a magazine. They did an interview on me. It's called Power Wrestling. If you can get it, it's a Germany wrestling magazine, but you can still order it. I think you can even get a translated version. I'm not too sure, but I had an opportunity to give that to him, and that felt like a blessing. So that was a nice moment there.
Girl, you about to make me cry up in here. Yeah.
Oh,
like I said, just saying. Well, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I mean, your father has pushed you from wrestling. And my grandfather, who was my father, figured out blessing. He was a huge wrestling fan. And for me sitting on his lap as a kid watching wrestling, the ropes wouldn't be here today. So, thanks.
Wow, bless you.
Thanks to your dad for doing this thing. But, Tiffany, I want to know, I've been hearing so many great things about Ohio Valley Wrestling. You guys are on Fight TV doing your things, and let everybody know, like, if they're in the Louisville area, why should they check out OVW in person? Because it's like hotcakes, man. It's hot.
Yeah, it really is. So, I mean, the division right now that I'm in, the women's division, is very competitive, and I hope to see very soon a women's tag division because there are so many athletic superstars at OVW, and not even athletic, but I mean, when I talk about superstar right now, the current champion Shalance, someone who I hope to have an opportunity against very soon. She's just so different. I mean, you don't see a Shalance everywhere, and sometimes it makes it really hard to hate her. And we have such great talent there. OVW is different than anywhere I've ever been because you get to see superstars up and live every week, every Thursday, and you get to follow up with the story. So, you're not seeing a one off match. You're getting to see someone maybe get revenge from the following week, and you get to be there through every moment. So, right now, if I can go through every division so far, right now we got a little bit of an evil takeover going down in OVW. We have a couple of we got a fraction going on, and Luke Curtis is in it. We got Jesse Goddard's. We got EC3. We got a lot of people here that are great and been around doing some really good things, but right now they're taking over, and you want to tune in to see what's gonna happen. So we just had Blanco Loco. I don't know if you've been up to date, but he just had his mask revealed on OVW TV, and he's been known on the independents for always performing with a mask on. And so I know a lot of people want to see him get revenge. So I can go off about the drama the OVW has, and that alone is the reason why you have to tune in. So
OVW.
yeah.
OVW is where it is.
Yeah, I'm
Definitely
gonna
right
say
now.
you really need to tune in this Thursday because a lot of chaos has been going on. Yes, I have an opportunity. I wrestle on the weekends in the independents, but my home is OVW, and every Thursday, you can see what La Princesa Tiffany's up to. And this week I'm gonna be getting my own personal revenge against my enemy now, former best friend Layla Gray. And that's gonna be exciting. We have a pay-per-view going on Tuesday. So this Thursday, I'm sure OVW fans can tune in to get a little taste of what they're going to see on the pay-per-view because I am getting at this point, there's a lot of things you experience in wrestling and betrayal is one of them. So it's unfortunate, but it's a part of the learning progress.
That they say in wrestling, like Stone Cold, DTA, don't trust anybody. And when you think you can
Man,
trust somebody in wrestling, you can. And speaking of revenge on Layla Gray, because she's all over the place doing her thing. AEW,
she is.
she's driving you crazy.
It got to her head though.
Yeah.
Clearly, she's everywhere now. She's doing
Yeah.
great things, and she's following the one, the only, the TBS undefeated champion. So I can't blame her for the changes that she's made being around Jade, and I understand, but it's only so much I can be understanding to a point where I have to fight back, and that's what I'm all about.
But she made the biggest mistake that you never ever want to do is she betrayed Tiffany Nieves.
She betrayed me. You know what? Something that people need to learn is the people that you see on the way on the top, you're gonna see them on the way to the bottom. So she'll get a nice little reckoning call.
Oh man, like I said, I like the sound of that. And Tiffany, you got so many fans. You got millions of fans right now.
Thankful for them. Thankful for. I don't know about millions, but we're getting there, right?
Nah, I'm gonna say you got a million. So
oh, thank you.
You're gonna be getting new fans watching the show right now. So, what's one thing that you want to tell new fans if they were to check out one of your matches? Where are they gonna get out of that match? Because they check one of your matches, they're gonna be hooked. So tell the new fans,
absolutely.
Check out.
So I want to tell my new fans to stay patient, stay tuned, because I'm so excited that I am working right now with a co-owner of Mission Pro, Brian, and he's working really close with me to get a website up and going. So pretty soon, new fans and old fans, you're going to get to see all my best matches, all current matches, where I'll be, where I'm going, what's next for me, and even purchase merch in the next month. So stay tuned, stay up to date. You can follow me on Instagram for Tiffany Nieves _ and stay up to date with that right now.
Now, what phase are you at with in terms of, like I said, website? Wrestling, social media is crazy, and it's like Tiffany, we're wrestling today. Social media, email is like how the telephone used to be. You can hit up a promoter on email and say, "Hey, can I get a booking?" So, where are you at in terms of merchandise, and you said your website. I mean, is that close to reality, like you just said?
Yeah, right now I have something with Pro Wrestling Tees where you can go ahead and support me and purchase a shirt there. But at my shows, I always have things that you can buy in person. So the website is coming up and it's going to be soon. So I'm really excited about it. But you can always reach me on Twitter if you want to personalize it by 10. But the shirts, Pro Wrestling Tee, I direct you completely there. You can just send me a DM and I'll send you the link. And actually, after this interview, I'll pin a tweet where they can go to Pro Wrestling Tee to find that shirt in the meantime.
Man, when it comes to promoting, like Tiffany Nieves, man, you can't be that good. Take your ass and go to Pro Wrestling Tees, get a shirt.
Take your ass there, please. Support me because I got some dreams. I'm talking about Germany, but something I really want to do is get myself to Germany to wrestle. I want to wrestle for that promotion, WXW. And it was funny because one of my mentors / coaches and just someone I freaking look up to so much, Jay Lethal, was recently in town. And he was at a show. He did a main event. And I got to bring him this magazine because I was so proud, and he was proud of me. He told me he wanted a copy and to sign it, and it made me feel good. And he was asking me questions about this wrestling, and he told me, with his experience at WXW, that I can use him as a reference. And when he told me that, my eyes lit up, and I was like, with this magazine and his reference, I'm hoping I can make something happen. For my fans, for myself, they can possibly see me, who knows, in the next 6 months traveling to Germany, if not. I got Tokyo, Japan in sight. That's something I really want to do.
Tiffany, that's the thing about, I know it's for wrestling today, is like going to Japan overseas is the way to go. Like, I know your resume is like, boom, your resume is so huge. But once you get
Japan, wow,
your
back it up. I don't know about so huge, but thank you. Remember, I am just 2 years. I'm going to be going on 2 years soon, and it blows my mind. But I don't know about huge, but thank you. I'll take it.
The fans love you. Like I said, they talk about your shirt. So you got a comment on there. Like I said, we got Joe saying it's a cool shirt. Talking about your shirt on the broadcast. So
actually, the shirt I made means a lot to me right now. But I've got a lot of ideas, and I'm so glad. But the current shirt I have is a very, very out there lime green color. And some people have made jokes, that their significant other. I have a great fan, and he wore it. He said his wife said, who picked that color out, because it's so green. And it's so green because, and when he explained it, she was a big fan of it afterwards, but it's green because it represents non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, which happened to be the cancer that I beat. So I wanted it to be, different. When you're in a room, you're going to know you're wearing a Tiffany shirt because you just stand out, you pop out. So yeah, the shirts are really cool. Thank you, Joe, so much for agreeing. Much love to you.
Joe, much love to you. Like I said, everybody, thank you for showing much love to this Wednesday night episode, Wednesday night wreckage.
Tune in. I'm so glad it's live, but like I said, people also get to watch it back if they miss it.
Like I said, if you do miss tonight's live episode, you can go back on sixpackcovers.com on YouTube, the Roast Media on Facebook, Twitter. I guess you can check out this episode because, like I said, my live guest tonight, live, Tiffany Nieves. She is on the roast tonight, and she's looking to pretty much dish out all the Wreckage to her upcoming schedule. I want to ask her about that too. And Tiffany, one thing that's really in my mind is that you brought up a good point. Like, you have what you're saying on, you had women in wrestling back in the day where they just, you could say they just stood in the corner. Do you believe in that? Women in wrestling, they just stood in the corner back in the day compared to what women do today? Like, how's your take on that? Because I mean, you had like the Miss Elizabeth. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Like, how do you think the transition has been from back then until your generation, what you guys are doing today?
Right now, today, I mean, of course, we've gone so far, but even those generations, you can find something to be inspired by. And even the simplicity of how women have pushed and the tenacity we have is just inspiring. Even when I watch back then, I don't watch, upset or angry. I watch very inspired with how women have always worked with what they have. And it's so inspiring in wrestling, how much we have at the tips of our fingers. No matter, there was an opportunity where I broke my finger first 2 months in wrestling, and I felt like, what the heck do I do now? I'm a massage therapist as well. And what did I do? I grabbed the mic and I started ring announcing. So there's open opportunity for women in wrestling, and I'm just so glad that we continue to grab for it and take it. And I'm even more excited that, I did say I've been wrestling for 2 years, but in my 2 years of wrestling, I've got to wrestle for some of the greatest all women promotions in the indies, and it blows my mind and warms my heart. Mission Pro being one of them, but even Shine was one of the first all women's wrestling and that I got to work for and debut for, and they're coming back. So if anyone is a fan and knew me from Shine and wondering where we've been, we got the date, June 18th, Clearwater, Florida. Shine is coming back. So stay in tune for that. Sorry.
So it's all good.
Excited.
Like I said, when you're on off the top rope, I say promote and promote away. Like I said, whatever you got to do. Shine Wrestling's coming back in June. Like I said, Tiffany, you have such a busy summer coming up too as well. And you talked about you put a slam, a 1, 2, 3, on cancer, and that's a serious thing. And I want to give you a round of applause for doing that. And
thank you.
When you were going through dealing with cancer, was wrestling like that make you feel good medicine that you needed? How did wrestling help you get through that? Or was there a time where I can't think about wrestling, I got to just tune it out? Like, how was that scenario when you was going through that?
That's a really good question. Wrestling and cancer seems to go hand in hand with each other now, even though I don't have cancer currently and I am in remission, because a lot of the things that did get me through that time when I was sick are the same things that are getting me through today as a fighter every day when I get in the ring. So I wouldn't say when I was sick that there was anything that I couldn't think about, but at the moment I had to go through a period of really understanding what my priorities were to get me to become the best fighter in that scenario. And I did that in cancer, and I do that now in wrestling.
Yeah, speaking of which, your fans are blowing up the comment section here on the roast, and they love you.
I wish I could see them. What are they saying?
They love you. Like I said, they just tell you stay beautiful. You're an inspiration to them. Yeah, so, and like I said, it's definitely they're showing the love here on the ropes and all that. Yeah, like I said, it's 2 years. You're like a decade, decade pro. So they love you. They love you. So
I love them too, and they know that. They know that.
Keep doing what you're doing. But Tiffany, like I said, you said 2 years. We're all saying like it's like you're a 30-year veteran, but we're going to go back. We're going to go back until when you started, your pro wrestling career. And I made this clip just for you now. It was pretty much, it was 2021, when you started
how
wrestling.
Do I get to see it? Let me see. Sorry, I'm yelling at you.
But it's like I said, it was August 7th, when you debuted in wrestling. Now, like, how does that still like, hit you that, like August 7th, 2021, like this is when it all started. Do you think about that every now and then?
Where did you go? Can you see me and hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I can't see your face. It's just showing a picture of me. Okay, cool. It said you made me a video, so I'm like, where's this video? I'm looking for it. Like, I love cute videos of you wrestling. So August 7th, I debuted against Layla Gray, and it does. The question is, how do I feel about that? Correct. It blows my mind, because if you were to tell me, first of all, I was just not ready, and I say that now because of what I now know. Holy cow! And that's kind of how wrestling is. It's not that you're ever ready. It's just there's no, I guess, stumbled, because that's how many emotions I feel. But wrestling is one of those things that you just don't sit there and say, I'm ready. You stand up and you just become it in that moment. What that moment needs, you become it, and that's it. And those are the people who survive in wrestling. And I've always been able to become what the moment needed. And in the moment of my debut, I needed to be who I was. And I just became La Princesa Tiffany Nieves. I remember being so nervous. And Layla Gray told me, and QT Marshall was there the day of my debut. It blew my mind. I remember my parents flew in, and it was just a dream come true. If you would have told that girl August 7th that she would be having Chelsea Green's last match on the Indies before she got signed back to WWE, I'd say you're crazy. Like, in my 2 years of wrestling, I got to wrestle some great people. I got to do the worm with Scotty Too Hottie. Like, what? I've had ODB call it down the line one of my matches. I've got to work with Gail freaking Kim, like, on my birthday for Impact. I'm having a feud right now with Angelina Love, and it's so freaking, it's rewarding. It's rewarding. And then I speak about that moment where you don't know if you're ready. It's not about being ready. It's about, in that moment, standing up for what you work everything for, every moment. And as I continue going, I realize that I keep really, really making the girl proud that has these goals and sits down and thinks, "Well, what am I going to do this year?" And I'm like, I just accomplish every single one. And I do so humbly. I do believe in myself. I can't sit here and I stumble because the words can't even come out of my mouth that I ever thought that I couldn't do it. I always believe in myself, but it doesn't come easy. That's for sure. And that's why I stumble, because I'm like, how can I word this right? Where it's like, there is no doubt, but it does not come easy. It comes with a lot of belief, faith, and hard work and tenacity.
I really believe in wrestling that, from being, first and foremost a fan, is like only there's a certain few that make it, and you made it because it's not easy and what wrestlers do. So it's like you made this come true. And then like QT Marshall, Jay Lethal, they saw something in you, OVW and everything. You train, Sean Spears, his school and everything. So, but like they all.
Yeah, I'm so, speaking of, I'm so bummed out. Sean Spears is actually doing a seminar April 22nd for Great Lakes Championship Wrestling, and I was booked for them, and my fans know that. But then I also was booked for Mission Pro, and I double booked myself. And you talk about how do you stay, on top of things. Sometimes I make mistakes, and I'm sorry, and I'm human. So both great shows, and if you're in the area, check out the seminar if you're a wrestler. If you're in the area, check out the show. If you're in Texas, definitely get there. But Sean Spears is great. Sorry, I had to say that.
Sean Spears is the man, like I said, doing big things. And
yeah,
we talked about OVW a lot, and that's your home, and they saw something in you. You're one of their top stars. So I'm gonna show this clip. Like I said, you can't see me, but you can hear my voice. But the tagline says, they went way, 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 beyond, for you. In what way, Tiffany, have you seen that they've went way beyond for you in wrestling to help you for OVW?
What video are you referencing? They went way beyond for me.
Pretty much, helping you, pretty much bringing you in to signing you. I mean, in what way have you seen that they've really helped you?
As I've been saying this entire interview, OVW has given me the opportunity to work with Impact. That was an opportunity that I got facing Shalante, their now champion, through Al Snow. And Doug Basham is there every Monday, Wednesday, head trainer at OVW. I'm there 2 times a week. I'm doing review every Wednesday with Al Snow. And they just prepare, they get you over prepared for opportunities like we have every Thursday to debut ourselves in front of a large audience, live TV. And it was like an easy transition to go to Impact straight from OVW. So that's something I'm super thankful for.
Yeah. Now, this next clip, when you see this next clip, I'm sure you want to.
I can't see these clips you keep referencing. Dang it.
Well, like I said, if you can see it, just let me know. Like I said, but it's from Great Lakes, wrestling, of course. Hopefully you can see that. If you can't, just let me know. It's you had an experience with Great Lakes Championship, wrestling, of course. And of course, you had I remember you had the great cowboy hat, which I got mine now too. So I had to wear mine. So when you did their event, you was rocking the cowboy hat. Like how that was a kick-ass event. You came out with the hat. So how was that event that you did? So
howdy, partner. Well, that was a 6-man tag. I got to tag with my great OVW partners, Tony Gunn and Cal Hero. Shout out to them. And we had a great match. And Psycho Boy and Angelina Love, we had to face them, and they were really great competitors. The crowd is so alive. If you ever in the Wisconsin area, you really need to check out Great Lakes Championship Wrestling. They put on a freaking good show. That's my second home away from home. OVW, if I'm not OVW, I'm at Great Lakes Championship Wrestling.
Yeah, and Great Lakes Championship Wrestling, like it's we talked about it through this whole entire broadcast, Tiffany. It's like when you look at WWE, AEW, Impact, NWA, they're doing their thing, no doubt. But it's like these small promotions like OVW, Great Lakes. It's like streaming services have helped these small promotions and a great deal. Wrestling today, there's so much wrestling out there. I'm sure as a wrestler, you're like, who do I contact? Like who? It's just so much you can do.
It's amazing how like some of my favorite wrestlers can be out of the country. In the country, we can make it happen because there's these wrestling promotions, and not only for wrestlers, but for fans. I have fans that will drive 7 hours, 12 hours, all these different locations that I would never be able to reach if it wasn't for these streaming platforms. So it's really phenomenal for me to see Great Lakes Championship Wrestling, to see OVW, to see Mission Pro, all have these opportunities to be able to stream to audiences so brought everywhere, So that's an opportunity for me and the fans to be able to connect. And
Yeah. Now I know, like I said, throughout like the broadcast, you've been having trouble seeing my little clips, but
I
I'm a pull.
have.
I'm like I said, I'm gonna pull this next clip up. So if you can see it, definitely say Ty I can. But if you can't, I'll read it off. And I think you're gonna like this next question. So this is one I think you're gonna have to think about this. So of course it is, April 22nd for Mission Pro Wrestling. You and Shay Carmichael, y'all duke it out. Like I said, Mission Pro, we talked about that a lot here on the ropes now. If you could pick your own special gimmick match to face her in, what would it be?
I think the match we're having is just perfect. I'm really excited to be facing someone from Texas. Shay's been making herself known. She's up and coming. And I feel that this is just perfect for my opportunity. Since I've gone to Mission, they've given me a lot of local Texas girls. And I feel that it's allowing me to really understand who I am in this wrestling world. And I find myself to be a little more vicious in that promotion. So let's see what Shay brings out of me. I don't think she's given me any reason to want to have a special match against her as of now. I think the real question is the champion Genocide. What type of match would I want against Genocide? Yeah. She's the champion. She has something I want. Well, now that's something I'd have to think about.
I was about to say, Tiffany, the biggest thing we want of all, like I said, you've been in business, on the rise, 2 years doing your thing. We want to see some gold, and I guarantee that is your 2023. I'm telling you, World Championship gold is coming your way.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much. Yeah. So we have Mission Pro, as I said, April 22nd coming up. Super excited about that. Make sure you get your tickets and you tune into that.
Like I said, I usually promise all the fans like a little graphic, but you said, from your point of view, it's hard to see the graphics that I make, but I'm going to try to pull it up anyway. So if you can't see it, I'll read off for you. Like I said, we got, like I said, Slam and Promote, everybody support everyone's favorite wrestling diva. Like I said, we're talking about Tiffany Nieves. Like I said, you catch her on Facebook. If you can see it, everybody watching live. You can check her out on Twitter, Instagram. Like I said, Mission Pro, April 22nd, her and Shay Carmichael. And Tiffany, do you have any OVW dates coming up?
Yeah, so this Thursday, I'll be in action. So make sure you tune in. If you're local, Channel 21. If you're not, Fight TV, you can always catch up. And then we have a pay-per-view coming up Tuesday. Make sure you're in that 28th. That is the 28th of this month. I'll be facing Layla Gray. If you're not up to date with the action, don't even worry, because on Fight TV, you can always access what we've already have up to date, or check out my Instagram, because I'm always tuning my fans in with how I plan to get my revenge.
Now, if we all know Layla Gray, she betrayed you, and you and her meet up one-on-one, like, would that be a gimmick type match, or that's just out of the window? You just want to just beat her up?
Yeah, I would like there to be no countouts, because I know my little friend Layla Gray loves to use countouts to her favor. So there would be no freaking countouts. That's one thing that would get her for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. That I can't wait to see that. And like I said, you are in action tomorrow, which is Thursday, Fight TV for OVW Fight TV. Like I said, bringing the best in pro wrestling. Like I said, Layla may show up, like I said, because I know you hoping that she does. Definitely check out this brewing feud between you two ladies.
Yeah.
And wrestling. So, and Tiffany, we know you got practice coming up.
I'm going to say here, as you ask me if I think about a gimmick match, ask me a week from now, tweet me at Twitter how I feel a week from now. Because right now, I still am giving her this much of an opportunity to slide in my DMs with an apology, knowing that a bitch smack is coming with it. A real crazy one. That's it. But if that doesn't come in a week, I may have a couple of gimmicks in mind. I'm just sitting here. It still hurts me. You have to understand, it's not like you wake up one day ready for revenge. I'm still in denial. My fans have been telling me she's always been this way. My coaches have told me she's been this way. My peers have told me she's been this way. I don't want to believe it. So I'm having a tough time. I really am. But ask me in a week. Ask me in a week how I feel.
We're all, like I said, we're definitely going to do a Twitter thing about this, about gimmick matches. So I could post on the ropes or whatever. Like I said, Tiffany, just let me know. Like I said, we could definitely help you out with this and what gimmick match you would.
You've been amazing, by the way. Thank you so much.
Rob, really
You
appreciate
gotta
it.
get yourself a magazine from Power Wrestling. That's what I want to see. And then you gotta get yourself to a show, and then I gotta sign it. So when are you coming to? So I've mentioned Texas, Florida, right? Texas, Florida, a show in Kentucky, and a show in Wisconsin. What show are you gonna make?
I've been getting asked. I gotta make I gotta make a show somewhere. Yeah.
Where are you out of?
I'm in upstate New York, so I'm in the mountains. So I'm in the cold mountains.
So what you need to do, we got to get House of Glory going. I would love to go to House of Glory. So let's get House of Glory going. If you're out there, House of Glory, I'm ready to get booked. And if you're in New York, you got to make your way out there. Okay.
Like I said, I'm definitely going to do that. Take the ropes on the road. And Tiffany, I want to say this, like, first and foremost, definitely proud of you for what you're doing. Like I said, just 2023 is your year. And thank you very, very much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to come on off.
Thank you for your busy schedule with the weather, the freaking, who knew you can have a wind, but lose your power. But I'm glad we got through it this time. I'm glad for the fans who did tune in and whoever does watch.
Thank you. And of course, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, off the top rope, Wednesday night Wreckage, because we know who's bringing the wreckage. That is Tiffany Nieves, my live guest tonight. Tiffany, go to practice tonight and keep working on your craft because you are already great. You'll be greater and greater. Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you so much. You are awesome. Take care.
This is your boy Ty Asbury. Have a great night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Tyrone Asbury. Yo. Yeah. I need y'all to listen to me right now as I take you on this journey. Podcast journey. Only the greats can make it to this level.